So, if you guys aren't aware, there's a little game out called Resident Evil Reverse, and I've been playing it here on my channel for quite some time. It came out back in October of 2022, and ever since then I've made it my mission to try and get that 4,000 gold rank MMR that I think everyone tried to make their mission to get when the game came out. Well, today I'm going to do that before this game is dead forever. That's not going to be no easy feat though, because there is a lot of pros on this game. But at the end of the day, I'm going to show you guys how I get from this rank to this rank in just a matter of months. Our journey to gold rank MMR started off just like everybody else's. On October 28th of 2022, Resident Evil Reverse came out to the public, and this is when I got myself into the tutorial for the first time, getting myself prepared for some of my first ever matches of Resident Evil Reverse. So of course, going into our first day of Resident Evil Reverse being out, I got into my first game and managed 500 points with Claire Redfield. I'm still kind of proud of myself for that one, and that definitely got me a good boost in my MMR. Just a few weeks into Reverse being out, and I was already managing to get all of these trophies done and pretty much complete on my Platinum trophy. This trophy I got here was to win the game once with Ada, Leon, Claire, Hunk, Chris, and Jill, and that one was pretty much one of the harder trophies if I remember correctly, and it almost got me 2,000 MMR. 1 month into Resident Evil Reverse being out, I was able to get 2,000 MMR with Hunk, and at this point in the game I was starting to feel like Hunk was kind of my main character, or kind of who I was picking up the most and being able to be good with at an early stage in this game. Another month had gone by in Resident Evil Reverse, and I was practicing like it was nobody's business. This game right here is also my first ever 20 kill combo win, and it was with Chris Redfield. This is a game that I still remember to this day, and I was very proud of myself when I achieved this victory. And it definitely did give me that boost in my matchmaking rank that I really wanted, and it got me one step closer to that gold rank MMR. Now jumping to February 9th of 2023, this was when we got the village map introduced to Resident Evil Reverse, but this is also when I got my first ever tie for first place, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the world's first place tie in Resident Evil Reverse. And I was utterly shocked when this happened. I was the one that needed to clutch up to get the first place, and I sure as hell did. Also, this happened back when I would try and hide and jump scare people. Bruh. Who did that? Oh man, that guy rage quit right as I just killed that guy. I don't believe it. Whatever, dude. Looks like I found my new hiding spot. Hey, look, a typewriter. Didn't see that one coming, did you? I thought he was gonna leave. That would have been hilarious. Yeah, just kill me, dude. You know, honestly. At this point in time in Resident Evil Reverse, I really wanted to give myself a challenge and make sure that I was ready for any kind of situation I ever got myself in this game, and that's exactly what I did here. I did this pistol only challenge with Ada Wong, and this was really in my era where I did just want to do challenges and try to just do some really unique content for this game, because it was still kind of new, but a lot of people were crapping on it in its earlier stages, and I thought it had a lot of potential. Plus, at this point in time, we heard that there was a tournament coming out for this game, which gave me a lot of hope and a lot of reasons to want to practice. This game is a game right here that I just really wanted to share with all of you guys, because I was really proud of this, and I still am really proud of this. This is probably hands down one of the sweatiest lobbies that I have ever won, and this goes all the way as far back as March 21st, as you guys saw. And this one has some of the best players that have ever stepped foot in Resident Evil Reverse. And I mean, look at my MMR compared to these players, and I just stomped all over them. This was another Chris game that I wanted to share, where I went on a 20 kill streak, or got a 20 bomb, or whatever you want to call it. But regardless, I popped off as Chris Redfield, and I got this 20 kill streak game right here. And this was right before we were going into our Resident Evil Reverse tournament, which was for a grand prize of $500 and a lot on the line. May 13th, 2023 was the day that Resident Evil Reverse got its only tournament, and I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, I didn't do very well whatsoever. I participated in the second round of the tournament, and you're supposed to get top 2 to move on to the final round, and unfortunately enough for me, I had to get 3rd place. If you've ever wondered if people team up in this game, well, the quick answer to that is yes. In Resident Evil Reverse, people still team up in this game, and it is a complete free-for-all matchmaking game mode. I'll even go ahead and fill you guys in on a story I have of one night when I was playing Resident Evil Reverse. I got into a game with these guys that were teaming, and I had one of these guys personally text me on PlayStation Message, and he was pretty salty with the fact that I was just winning game after game. But little did I know that these two guys were just trying to get this platinum trophy on Resident Evil Reverse, because they aren't people that play the game that much. And it is really sad, but it goes to show that that's why people team up in this game. Usually those teamers aren't very good, and they're just people that are trying to either have fun or get the platinum trophy. And it just is what it is. Now moving on to July 20th of 2023, I was still beating some pretty well-known Reverse players that had some really high MMR, and I was making my way to 4K MMR myself. Back on July 28th of 2023, I got my second ever first place tie, and this time I was the one that was falling behind and in need of points. And as you see right there, I was able to explode as the Molded and catch that Ada Wong lacking. And luckily enough for me, I was able to get just enough points to tie, which was absolutely shocking and absolute last second clutch. I realized going into the later half of the summer that these games of Reverse started to get even more and more sweaty, and these sweats were just becoming more and more less avoidable. And it became more of to where I was not able to do challenges that I wanted to do for content. More so just me trying to put up points and maintain getting first place and MMR while trying to play the game with all these sweats on. As we reached September, I knew that there was something that had to be done in order for me to get a really good video out to make this journey to my 4K MMR video. With that being said, I was practicing every day to try and make sure that my 4K MMR was going to be something worth watching. Now that my MMR was only single digits away from having that gold rank completed, it was time to put on the only character that was going to get my final challenge on Resident Evil Reverse complete. Almost exactly 1 year into Resident Evil Reverse being out, and I finally, for the first time ever, got my first ever flawless victory, and it was with none other than Claire Redfield herself. Looking back at it, I always recall when this game first came out, I thought I was relatively good at it and picking it up relatively fast for most of the population of this game. But now I kind of realized that at this point in time I was playing at a whole nother level, and I was just way better than I was when this game first came out. But there's still people out there that can put me in my place. I'm definitely not the best Reverse player in the world, but this definitely goes to show that I have a lot of improvement, and I can easily get better with any character in this game. There's a lot of memories in my time on Resident Evil Reverse that I will remember forever, from playing in my first gaming tournament ever, to meeting some really cool bros on YouTube through Resident Evil Reverse. This game will definitely go down as one that I will remember forever, and this game right here, my flawless victory, will be something that I will never forget as one of my best moments and one of my peak performances in my career on Resident Evil Reverse. I would really love to get another flawless victory, but if I was to do that, I would like to achieve it with a different character other than Claire Redfield. And other than that, I don't really have much else for challenges and stuff that I could do in this game. One thing I haven't added yet before is that I have done a no build game before. I didn't add it in this video, but I have done it before. That is one other challenge that I have done. That was something that everybody needed to do in the final round of the Resident Evil Reverse tournament, and I decided to just chuck it on one time and do a no build game just for the sake of it. And that gameplay does exist somewhere on my channel, but again, I have so many Resident Evil Reverse videos on my channel that I'm really proud of that will just sit there and forever be something I can look back and remember. It's really cool to go back and see some of those first games where I played against No Clout Noel. He's somebody that I have now played several games with before and gone on to have actually talked to several times. Also, Ico Pro Sam, it's really cool to go back and watch that tournament game because that's the first time I ever saw him, and now he's somebody that I watch every day on YouTube. So those are just really cool things that happened through Resident Evil Reverse, and I'm forever grateful for it. With that being said, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. But I do actually really like Resident Evil Reverse, and I always have. I feel like a lot of people kind of hate on the game, and people might have not given it the amount of time that it deserved. But in all fairness, I don't think the makers of the game gave it the amount of time that it deserved. So, fair enough. But I still think that it's pretty fun. All in all, it could have more game modes, could have more maps, but I still play the game, and I've still made a lot of good memories on the game. Let me know what you guys think about Resident Evil Reverse though in the comments. Do you love it, hate it, or not really care for it so much? But other than that, this was my journey to gold rank MMR in Resident Evil Reverse. I hope you guys enjoyed because I sure did. That was one hell of a year playing Resident Evil Reverse. I plan to play it a bit more, but with that being said, that'll be it. Peace.
Look back to when midnights broke their sleep.